The email came through during lunch. Looking forward to meeting you officially at the company gala, Dan. We're excited to welcome your fiancé to our family. I read it 3 times. I'm not engaged. I'm not in a relationship. I put down my sandwich and texted Marcus, the senior partner who'd taken me under his wing 6 months ago. I think there's a mistake about the gala, I wrote. His response came back immediately. No mistake. Margaret is already planning the meet and greet. She wants to introduce you around. My hands started shaking. I'd known Marcus since I joined the firm. He was brilliant, patient, always offering to grab coffee before client calls, always asking me to join the team lunches. When I struggled with a difficult case, he worked late with me, ordering pizza, coaching me through the deposition. Nobody at the office seemed surprised by our constant proximity. They never made jokes or asked questions. They just smiled knowingly. Last month, when I mentioned needing to reschedule a family dinner, Marcus had volunteered to come with me. My mom opened the door and said, "Oh, honey, Marcus, we've heard so much about him." I'd frozen. I didn't remember telling her his name. Then the memories started hitting. His sister had texted me directly about holiday plans. For us, the firm's holiday card from December showed us standing together in the firm portrait, and I suddenly realized I was the only one who looked confused in the photo. His assistant had started assigning me to his cases exclusively, and had called me Mrs. twice before I corrected her, except now I wasn't sure I had. I went through my phone that night like I was searching for evidence of a crime. The coffee dates, the dinners, the way he always paid, the time he drove me home in a rainstorm and I'd said, "I don't know what I'd do without you." And he'd responded with something I'd completely missed. He'd actually said, "You won't have to find out." I called him. "Marcus, we need to talk." We met at the office after hours. His face lit up when he saw me. "I knew you'd come around. I was giving you space to adjust." "I'm not engaged to you," I said. "We were never dating. You never asked me." He stared at me. Then he started laughing. "Are you serious? Everyone at the firm knows. My family knows. I've put you on my insurance. I told the partners you were coming into the engagement associate track with me." "You did what?" He stood up, suddenly furious. "I did everything right. I was patient. I helped you succeed. I made you part of my life. My mother called you 3 times about China patterns, and this is the game you're playing? There is no game. You knew," he said, his voice low and dangerous. "You had to know. When I introduced you to everyone, when I brought you to my parents' house, when I covered for you at work so you could leave early, you were using me. I wasn't using him. I cared about him, as a mentor, as a friend, but something in his face had changed. He was listing everything like he'd been keeping inventory. The mentoring sessions, the case wins I'd gotten with his help, the dinner reservations, the confidence boost I'd felt working beside him. I've given you everything," he said quietly. "My reputation, my time, my family connections, and you're just throwing that away?" I realized I was terrified of him, this man I'd trusted. "I need you to leave my apartment." "Our apartment," he said. "Our apartment because I'm on the lease." He stopped, seeing my face. "Don't look at me like I'm the villain here. I earned this." He didn't leave quietly. He made calls. He texted people. By morning, my inbox was full of messages from people I barely knew asking why I was leading him on and throwing away a good thing. I took the day off work. By that evening, I'd packed a go bag and booked a hotel. By the next week, I'd started looking for a new job. By the end of the month, I'd dyed my hair blonde and set my social media to private. I'd been in a relationship for 6 months and didn't know it until the moment I got out.